I feel like it's either intimidation or it's just selfishness in a sense. You just want to keep everything to yourself. And me, I love to if I know something, I'll let it give it out to somebody. All right, well, you got to do this, or you can go here. Like somebody asks me where to get, clothing merch done. I'll tell them, all right, these are the places. These are the places that
But
I
what if they
know,
go and they
and you
make it
can
better than
choose.
you? What if they go and they use
I mean,
your
then I
merch and
mean,
they make it
I
better?
mean, then I'm gonna applaud that because it's just like, all right, well, at least I gave you the first step to where, the first step to your process of making whatever you just made better. Because at the end of the day, everybody, there's no such thing as being equal. You don't want to be equal. You don't want to make the same thing somebody else is making, or you don't want to do the same merch. You don't want to do the same merch that somebody else is making because so what's the point? Like we're the same. No, I always look to be different and be better
But the
in
thing
everything I do.
is, no two people are the same. You could tell me, oh yeah, I edit my videos with this software. And I could
Mm.
come up with a completely different video. I could find new settings in the video software that you never even saw before. Like I think you're right. People are intimidated. If I give you the tools, you might do better than me or you might take my place. I think I talked about this on the podcast before. I don't read a lot, but I read Gabrielle Union's book a while ago, and she talked about how a new actress was coming up in Hollywood, and people were comparing her to Gabrielle Union. And Gabrielle Union was like, I was terrified. I did not want this little girl taking my spot. It was hard enough to get jobs as a black woman in Hollywood. Now here comes this little girl. And she was intimidated. And she said, like, I didn't want to talk to her. I didn't want to help her. Like, I didn't want to get to know her. And that's when I started to realize, like, okay, so there are certain people who just don't want you at the table with them. Like, especially black people, it's hard to come by opportunities. So once you do get an opportunity, it's like there's not enough room for all of us here. You know what I'm saying?
But I feel like that's not. But to me, that's not. How can I say this? But to me, is that's not. That means to me you didn't work hard enough in a sense. Or you're not going to continue to work hard enough only because it's like you got to you're certain where you want to be. But if somebody comes, so if somebody step on your feet and keep going, that's not their fault. That means they was putting in the work. They was putting in the work and kept putting in the work. And then when they got to that, when they got to your point, they obviously had a better opportunity of being better. And I feel like that's what everybody is scared of nowadays in this community. Like, not even just black people. I'm not even about to put it like that because I feel like that's just a general thing. Like when you get to a certain point that somebody else is at, and they know you got the potential to be better than them, then they try to, hate in a sense, like you just said, yeah, I don't want this person, being better than me
You know
because
what?
I
That
know
just reminded me of.
because I know that, yeah, because I know the opportunity I'm going for, they can reach it before me, and then that's just going to make me, upset or mad. Like I know people like that, and I know I've been through certain situations like that, but it's like to me, I laugh at stuff like that, and I just move on because it's like, all right, so I see what type of person you are, or I see
Mm.
what type of, I see what type of model you have, for yourself, and in your work ethic or whatever the case may be, or your self esteem,
So do you think
whatever
I
the
was
case
in
may
my
be.
feelings with that girl, or was she acting a little shady?
No, I don't think at all. I just felt like I felt like you was trying to just get, just just briefly information on what you want to do with your life. You could have took the information she gave you, and you could have elevated yourself. I don't think there's nothing wrong with giving out information and sharing, what you know. Like, what is bad about sharing what you know with other people so they can
Hmm.
elevate too? At the end of the day, the knowledge you share, obviously, you know it for a reason. You know the knowledge for a reason. So I feel like when you get that person that knowledge, why won't y'all continue to help each other despite you giving that knowledge? In
Mm.
my opinion, that's just my opinion.
And that reminds me of a quote that I read. I don't know who said it, so y'all better not ask me who said the quote. But the quote is, knowledge is one of the valuable things you can share and still have it. You could give away as much knowledge as you want. You're not going to lose anything by sharing it with other
Hmm.
people. And what you said earlier reminded me of how I remember